Hey, did you know that TGSTS is on YouTube and Instagram? We'd love to hear your episode suggestions or just chat with you about life. So find us at hashtag TGSTS and follow, like, subscribe, comment, and share. Thank you. Cheers. Like for me, this is my imagination. I don't know how it works,
Okay, let's
but
hear it. Let's
I
hear
would
it.
feel like I would put on a wig or something and an outfit and go to a bar, sit by myself, and then he comes in and then we just do this whole role play thing and then go home and, finish it all off.
Finish it
I
all off, huh?
finish it all off,
And you supposed to be vanilla and you sitting here wearing a wig?
right?
Come on, wig. Good morning. Look at that smile.
What's up?
Nothing. Cheers. Boop.
Cheers.
Oh, you drinking water? This isn't even right. This isn't even
Mhm. Can't
right. What are we
do it.
talking about? Mm.
Let's talk about sex, baby. What's that like?
Don't ask me. I don't know.
Dude, I don't even know. I ain't the one to ask.
What are some hot topics in the sex world, the segs world?
The segs world, I don't know.
Mm-mm.
Kink, I think that's the big thing. Everybody letting their
Kink.
kink flags fly. So all their freakiness, all the freaky
We
things.
did we did a quiz, didn't we do a quiz?
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
not we didn't do it as a podcast, but we did it just individually,
yeah,
like
we
we did a
should have.
quiz.
Yeah, that was
Mhm.
good. Mine said I'm a sub and vanilla, so mine was pretty boring, right? I'm boring. You just tell me what to do and be
Basically, you take control, and I wonder
nice.
what makes people that way. Do you ever wonder that? Like, I feel like there's got to be some contributing whatever factors that make you show up the way you show up sexually. You
I'm a
know what I mean?
military kid, so maybe I'm just used to being dominated. So I don't know. That's sick to think, but you never know.
Ooh. It's sick to think that your
Attention.
sexual life is dictated by how you were parented, maybe.
But it's guys search for their mom and women, so I mean, it's not
That's
too far.
gross. That's gross.
I mean, it's true. And
Why?
people look for characteristics of their fathers and their
I guess
men.
that's the first man you ever loved or the first woman you ever loved. So you have associations with that. Or if you had a problematic relationship, you're looking for the opposite a lot of times too. That's interesting. I don't know.
But I don't know. I've always been like that though. So maybe teachers, maybe just interactions with kids. I've never been like dominant, although I've been told I have been. So I think
Oh,
I
I mean, you did
I
wear my boots at one time. I
yeah.
don't know what you did in them boots. They were never the same after that.
That's them
Um,
waiter boots, them LA waiter boots.
my gosh. Yeah, I don't know. So we did that quiz. I
Hmm.
think I got the same thing, sub. Like I'm not trying to whip people and stuff. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I'm
I
like,
don't
Bob, you
know.
tell me what to do. You boss me around. Just be nice about it. I'm
Or
not trying to,
don't. Or
I
don't.
ain't trying to get, I was talking with, I had to go get some blood pulled for some tests. And I was like, yeah, some people like this. And the girl was like, I'm not trying to kink shame, but that's not normal. People like
Like
to let
what?
blood, they like bloodletting. They like to cut and like to see blood come out of somebody or themselves.
That is some I've never heard that before in my life. I feel like there's a thing for everything.
There is. Did you see that whole list? I mean, that whole list had all kind of stuff on it.
Yeah. Age play and like
Race play.
cross dressing. Like it is there anything okay. So I don't know if you want to share, but is there anything that's like weird that like turns you on or that like you excites you or that you find I don't know.
I don't think so. I'm vanilla from what it said. I get
Vanilla.
turned on by, I mean, everything. Women, I guess. I don't know. Is that weird?
I
But
don't
that's
think that's weird. I really don't think that's weird. I think that a lot of women are turned on by other women. And I
hmm
don't think that men would say the same.
yeah.
Not that means you would act or whatever, but if you see something, you know what I mean? Like I don't think that's weird. Either that or we're both, I don't know.
I'm
Um
pansexual. Give me a pan any day.
and okay, Wayne Brady.
Not a crock
Oh,
pot.
did that who said that? Who said that? Cat? Cat said that.
What?
Pansexual. He said, did you watch the recent
No, I haven't
his
watched
live?
none of
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, I
Said now
gotta
you can get
watch.
some pots and pans together, and you pans. It's like he was saying all this stuff.
I gotta watch.
Uh,
He was going in. He said, "You up here in America, and you pledge an allegiance to another country. Then get to stepping."
Cat Williams. Cat Williams.
But
He's funny. He's really funny. Yeah, I don't
can't wait
know.
to watch it. I want to watch the Tom Brady roast too.
I haven't watched that. I have no desire to see his face.
I don't care. I just want to see the roast. I just want to see the roasting of it all. But yeah, I mean, kink is popular now. Everybody's talking about it more than before, and I feel like I think that it's popular, but it doesn't mean it's new. I remember
Definitely not new.
one of the things I remember from Malcolm X, and I feel like I'm making it up, so I should fact check,
Okay,
but
let's see.
there was a part where he was like a gigolo, and
Hmm.
older white people would pay him to like rock them like a baby. And I'm like, what the F is that?
Sounds like some OnlyFans stuff.
Right?
That's like some
That's some
wow.
stuff.
That's some that is. I mean, kink is weird. It's supposed to be weird like that. Kink is supposed to be non-vanilla stuff that's out of the usual. I mean, okay, so I read these books. We've been talking about this for a minute. This may be a whole nother daily drip, but
Okay.
I'm pretty vanilla too. I don't do any. I'm not dressing up. I'm not doing weird stuff
Mhm.
like
I mean, I would
Um,
love to if I had the opportunity.
I don't even know that I'm shy. Like, so that's not even my. I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna talk dirt. Like, I'm not weird. I'm just not. So, well,
Yeah.
sorry, husband. But these books that I'm reading have opened my eyes to a whole nother world of stuff, and it's like modern romance, but it's mostly just like smutty stuff. Like, some of the authors, like Lucy Score or Sarah Kate, like they're just out there with it, and it kind of it's exciting. It's arousing.
Mhm.
So I mean, it's interesting to me. I don't know that I would ever play any of these scenarios out. A
What
lot
do
of
you
them
mean
involve
out
sex
there?
clubs.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Clubs.
Sex clubs, doms, subs. What else? Exhibitionism or voyeurism. What other stuff? The S&M stuff.
Hmm.
Um, Multiple parties involved, kind of like things like that.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, just just that kind of stuff. Nothing
Yeah.
crazy. Emily McIntyre is another author that I think is amazing, and there's a lot of violence in hers too. But it's almost like there's a thin line, I feel like, which is weird, like between sexy and violent. Like a little bit of violence can make it sexy. I don't know how
Mhm.
to explain it. Like if somebody like grabs you, like
Yeah, you can
it's
grab me,
like,
but I don't
ooh.
know if I would like being choked. I don't know how I would feel about that. Like I would probably get scared. I don't know. It would depend on the person, I guess.
I think that's okay. See, okay, so here's the thing. What do we consider vanilla? Because you just mentioned that, and I'm like, that's not weird.
I don't know because you know I'm not vanilla, so I don't know why it said I'm vanilla.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I wonder what people consider vanilla. Is vanilla just missionary?
I think vanilla is not doing any of that other stuff. Maybe just having regular. What did that girl call
Like, is
on
spanking vanilla?
90 day? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but I wonder. I mean, to me, that seems like
There's
a
a
little extra.
degree. Yeah, there's a
Well,
degree.
yeah,
Like
if
step
you're
up that.
using, yeah, because you got to do that's part of it. Like,
Yeah.
if you're not doing that from back there, sir, like you're not doing. That's part of the whole thing. I don't know what else.
Let me see if
Tied
I can.
up, tying people up, or blindfolds. Is that vanilla?
Let's see.
Oh no.
Now look it
I
up.
don't know. I mean, I think just like anything else in society, I feel like our definition of vanilla is getting expanded. So what's
Yeah.
considered normal
Is it
today probably would have been like, oh, you did what
taboo?
30, 40 years ago. Yeah.
Mhm.
But people were freaking back then. They were
Oh
doing
yeah, they
stuff.
were super
So
free.
yeah, if you got Rick James, when was that? 70s, 80s? I mean, come
Yeah.
on. So this isn't new. Super
Nothing.
freak.
They had that. What is it, Kinsey scale or something like that, where they did all kind of tests on people, like sexual tests, and none of this stuff is new.
Yeah,
None.
people
We just
been
have the
doing stuff.
internet and people talking about it. People feel safer about it.
Mm.
You have uh, groups. There are groups that meet up. I tried to go to a meetup one time to see how it was.
Like a
And I,
sex group?
for me, it was for poly people. So it was like
Okay.
people who were interested in polyamory
Uh-huh.
and
We should
just being
revisit that again soon.
on a superficial basis. I just couldn't do it. I'm like, I see why, yeah, nobody want to be with you and want to date somebody else. So you can have.
Damn. That's a lifestyle. I can't even comprehend that. Like I really
I think I
can't.
would do it. I think I would do it. Now,
I'm
the
too
older I
jealous
get,
of a person.
I'm jealous, but at this point, I'd rather be jealous than not have anything. So I feel like
Mm. I'm
if it's
crazy. F up your car jealous. Like it, I'm not okay. Okay. I'm aware of my issues.
watch out,
No,
bro-in-law.
I know. You better act right.
Hey, just start talking to him like that. That's dominating. There you go. You could try to be non-vanilla.
See, no, no, what do you do when you don't match up with people? Like say you're dating somebody and they have a whole different kink meter than you and they want a dom or they want to be dominated. Like what if two subs get together? Like how you doing that?
You just two bitches, basically, and it doesn't work out.
No, you do it. You do it. No, you do it. That's not sexy. But I think part of it too is the straying from the norm, right? Cuz so like just in general you feel like the man should be the aggressor, the initiator of sex and the like flipper over, do the like I don't know what I'm talking about, but you know what I'm saying? Like they lead, that's my in my mind. So it's different for a man to want to be a sub to a woman and have her.
And I can see that. I can see a man being tired of taking on so much responsibility and power in life and wanting to just relinquish power to someone else. And I can see a
Mhm.
woman maybe feeling like she didn't have enough power and couldn't stand into her power. So this is a way for her to take control of her sexuality and sex by being dominating.
Mm.
So I can see those perspectives. It's just not for me. I'm submissive. I think I could switch because I say I'm
That was
submissive.
an option on there. If you were a
Yeah, I think
switch,
I
you could do
got
both.
no percentage of switch though. I was very
Yeah.
basic. And it said something about rope play. I was like, what in the hell?
I don't be
How did
tying.
I get
I
in
don't
that?
like that.
I don't believe in no ropes. Come on now.
But I think it might have something to do with like being restrained in some way, or I don't
So
know.
100% submissive, 90% vanilla.
Damn.
I don't even know why I'm talking about this. I'm going to lose so many dating prospects here. 84% voyeur, 62% experimentalist.
Voyeur. So you want to watch people. We
I don't
putting this out. This is people about to know about us.
I don't care. I mean, I don't mind watching, but I don't want to watch people. I just complained about the mouth sounds in another episode about not like
Mouse sounds.
I like that I have yeah.
Where's
Maybe it's like
mine?
watching your partner do stuff, maybe.
Ooh, mine is great. Ooh, 93% voyeur,
Ooh, damn, you worse than me.
86% submissive, 81 rope bunny, 76 vanilla, 69 exhibitionist, 68
Damn.
primal,
Ooh,
prey,
it's primal prey.
prey instead of predator. Like I want somebody to
Oh,
come get me. Come
yeah.
get me.
Come and get it. Come and get it. Hey,
Yeah,
hey.
because the opposite is hunter. So yeah, I mean I think that's a huge part about it. I mean, I don't know. If anything, that's my like I like being pursued, being
Same.
taken. Like I don't know how to
And
explain
this,
that.
how do you initiate sex? Like,
Ah!
I I don't like to initiate sex, but I feel like you have to. Like, you can't always have the other person initiating it.
Yeah,
So
it's
I don't
hard.
really know how to do it. Just go grab their stuff. I think maybe I've done that before.
Just grab by the pee. Okay, Donald.
I
What the
know.
hell? Well, okay, so we've been married damn near 12 years together,
Mhm.
15 or some. Damn. Yeah. Woo! And it's different.
Mhm.
I have to confess I don't initiate shit. Like I am tired, literally tired, tired, tired. So I feel bad for my husband because he's got to bring it. And half the
I
time I'm
love
like,
it. Do they
no,
make more like that? Shoot. I need
make more
that.
like what? He's tired because I keep going no. Like I'm
Oh, I mean, but if
tired. We're all tired.
I need
Everybody in this
somebody
house is
to
tired.
initiate so I can say yes. You know what I mean? Initiate it though.
Yeah. But a lot of the times because I say no so much because I'm tired or literally I will fall asleep. He'll start rubbing my back, like trying to be like, and I'm so tired that's like putting a baby to sleep. And I'm
Oh,
out. And it's just really, it's frustrating for him. I know it's very frustrating for me too,
my back
even
rubs
though it
so
may
good.
not seem like it. Yeah, his back rows are bomb. Um, so if I like it's literally like this is maybe how people should do it for like consent purposes. Like literally we will text and I'll be like, green light, we doing this later. Like
I
It's
love
throughout the
that.
day. It's almost like foreplay through the day. Like we're gonna get it later. This is what's gonna happen. It's
Oh,
like 'cause
that's fun.
it can be until your mood changes and you're like, just like I'm mad at you now, or whatever. Um, I don't know.
Damn.
It's difficult. I thought it would be easy as you go along. The longer your
Mhm.
relationship, you should just know how things get, but it's not. It's people tired.
Yeah. And you got to keep it spicy. Like, how do you keep it spicy? You know, you got to keep it. Like for me, this is my imagination. I don't know how it works,
Okay,
but
let's hear it. Let's
I
hear it.
would feel like I would put on a wig or something and an outfit and go to a bar, sit by myself, and then he comes in, and then we just do this whole role play thing, and then go home and finish it all off.
Finish it
I
all off, huh?
finish it all off,
And you supposed to be vanilla, and you sitting here wearing a wig.
right?
Come on, wig.
That just sounds fun, just to play games, play make believe.
Well, I mean, I think the fun of it is you could do whatever. There's
Hmm.
no shyness about that. Like I feel like I don't care. My
Yeah,
belly be out. I don't care. That
that's how
kind of
it should
stuff. I
be.
don't care.
I need
Yeah.
I need someone to love my belly first. Like you
Mm.
gotta love that belly. Because if you don't love the belly, I can't be comfortable and I'm going to be really vanilla. And that's what I'm wondering, if the vanilla
And
is truly
stiff.
vanilla
Yeah.
or it's like
Fear.
fear based.
Discomfort. Yeah.
And I don't
Mm.
know because I'm not doing it to find out. So,
I mean, go do it. You
I
got that
can't.
connection. You gotta have that connection.
I got to have connection, not just a meat connection.
Meat. Ooh.
I'm trying to keep an open mind because you never know. Sometimes in the moment, the carnal animal comes out in you. So,
Carnal.
yeah. So maybe we could see.
Start growling.
Hungry like a wolf. Some lady called me a hunter.
Uh-uh.
I'm like,
A
what?
lady.
Yeah.
She was just like, "Hey, you a hunter? Like, how'd that happen?"
Because we were at a beer fest and I was just talking to dudes. I'm very comfortable
Okay.
with
Yeah.
beers.
Okay. We need to go out.
And then
I
I
need
got
to
this
see
guy's
you in
number,
action.
and then he never followed up. I got a couple of IG followers, at least they still look at my stories.
So it wasn't a total loss.
I guess not.
Anyways,
Anyways,
I don't know.
I'm
I
sexually
guess single, married, whatever. It's always just weird.
for us at least.
Nah, maybe it's just us.
What's the
Mm-mm.
most embarrassing thing that you could talk about sexually that you've had happen?
Oh, I've had a lot of embarrassing things happen.
Uh, I don't think I
What's the worst thing you could imagine happening? What's the worst thing
shit my pants. Like shit my pants is the worst thing.
during sex?
Yeah. I feel like the worst thing that happened with me was this guy was trying to get it and I wasn't having it. We made out a little bit and I farted in my sleep and I woke up and I was like, I'm sorry. And he was like, huh? I never heard from him again. So I feel like, but I'm like,
Toot toot.
fart, was it the fart or was it me?
Oh well, but you weren't trying to get it though. You said so.
Yeah. C'est la vie.
Yeah.
How
So
have people
basically, the worst things you could think of, it's all happened for
and
me.
how have people reacted? Like, have they been loving about it? Have they been shaming or how has it been?
It was the same person, and
Mhm.
we were in a relationship, so it was whatever.
Yeah.
And basically, I'm
That's
like, that's your fault. Your fault. All this stuff happened. So,
well, that's
so,
another thing that that they like now is the squirting. And what is squirting?
oh,
Pee? Like, is it somebody peeing? Like, that's a whole debate about that.
I don't know what that is.
That's the liquid that comes out of a woman when she's
I
having
mean, I
sex.
know what that is, but I don't know. I have
Oh,
no experience with that. I don't know how. I don't believe it's real. I
ain't
feel like
nobody
you're just
making
peeing.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think it's
I feel like you just pee. I mean,
yeah.
what where else is it like what other fluid stores do we have that are just sitting there like that? That's
Because the wetness is a different consistency. It's not that.
damn, are we getting scientific? Okay, Bill Nye. You over here with your
This-
beakers. Yeah, I don't know. This is
so,
getting mm.
bukkake.
Oh,
Are you
I don't
getting
even know what that is. Am I getting shy? Yeah, some of this stuff is like, oh my God. What are we talking about?
and this is someone who's done stuff. I still got to catch up. I'm trying to do stuff. I did bit trying to think. I had one long term, or when I say long term, maybe 6 months of somebody off and on. But we skipped a
Okay.
month. Like we didn't talk to each other for a month. And
Dang. And was this
like
relationships like were you doing things or were you just hooking up?
we started off doing things, but then he was broke, so he was just basically coming to my house. It's true what they say though. These broke dudes really
Not
put it
good.
in.
Yeah, they gotta they gotta make up for something.
Yeah. So that was fun. And yeah, I felt like we had fun. We had a lot of fun. And we weren't compatible. We were we wouldn't argue, but he would be passive aggressive
Mm,
and I'd call him
I
out
know what you're
on it.
talking about. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just didn't like that. And then we just went our separate ways. We're still friends on
Yeah.
Facebook and on Instagram like everybody else. So
Yeah.
I
But
try
it
to
was
remain
good. Whoever you
Instagram.
are, you were doing it. She liked it. Whatever it was.
You already know. You know that thing be thangin'.
Oh my. Oh my.
The things you put up with for some good thing. No, no.
The things you put up for some mediocre thing sometimes. Just to be
I
having
wouldn't
some
know that.
thing.
Not me. No, sir.
You've never
I'd
had
rather be
mediocre
alone.
thing.
I haven't had a
Have you
lot of things, so
have you ever faked?
fuck no.
Oh,
Sorry. I can't fake the funk. I'm quiet. So if you need a lot of
are you
feedback,
quiet? Are you quiet? Like you
yeah.
just no.
Like when it's nice, I maybe a single tear will fall out.
Shut
Oh.
up. This is so dramatic.
But yeah, I'm not a
So
screamer, a
good.
moaner. I mean, maybe I am a whisperer, like, but I don't do all that moaning and all that stuff.
Really?
Maybe I just haven't gotten good.
Hmm.
Maybe I don't know what I'm
Interesting.
missing out on.
Maybe.
What about you? Are you
I
quiet?
feel
You like,
like that would be I am not quiet. I
oh,
don't
and you
No,
look,
I'm not screaming and stuff either, but I don't know how I could just be quiet. Like there's something
I'm breathing.
going, you know.
It's breathing sounds, but I'm not like moaning and faking it. Like if you're not doing it, then you need to know. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
give you fake
Well, I'm
feedback.
glad I don't have that problem.
Yeah, exactly. I
It's
don't want to fake it. Have you ever faked it?
yes. Yes. I mean, when I didn't know what was going on when I was younger, I didn't know.
Yeah,
And when I was like, okay, I'm looking at my wife. It's time. We're done.
yeah.
I'm done. I'm done. Oh,
I'm
you know,
trying to think.
whatever.
It's hard to remember to see if I had a time where I had one hookup, I guess, a hookup that sucked. But
Mm,
that was it. Other than that, everything was okay. It's just that demisexual part was missing sometimes.
connection.
So, yeah, the
See, that's
connection.
one thing I never hooked up. Like I
Hmm.
would just have like boyfriends.
Hmm.
Like, so I don't know what that would be like. I feel like,
But didn't you say you get into relationships quickly? So you kind of like
yeah, yeah. So I mean,
you
it was a
keep
relation. Yeah,
you put
yeah.
it on. They like marry me, girl. Get it on. Get it to
Basically. No, 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 not even. I wonder. I think my biggest question with like sex is as you get older, if you are married, long-term relationship, you have children, like similar to my situation, like I wonder, just in general, I don't know if we can put a poll on it, like how often are y'all getting it? Like, do you have the energy? Like, what are you doing in your household? Like, I'm curious. Like, is it two, three
I
times
hear
a week, two, three times a month? What's
you
happening?
I hear it goes down, and I can't imagine it because I've never been in a long-term relationship. So for me, I feel like it would be every day, maybe a couple times a day. Like that's in my imagination.
Oh my
But
God.
in real life, I don't know what it would be like.
How would you walk multiple times a day? How would you even do
Not in,
how would you do your dishes and laundry and get your kids
I
to
mean, in the
school? Like, how
morning
could
when
you?
you wake up, at night before you go to bed. I mean, and it doesn't have to be like in the middle of the day. Afternoon delight sounds fun.
You were here with me for a couple days. You saw what my day was to get the how when would you fit that in?
12 a.m.
A bitch is tired. Like, don't you need to sleep? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's
If you send me a TikTok at 3 a.m. my time, I'll be like, go get some booty, girl. Leave me alone with that TikTok. Go get
when
some
there's
butt.
a child in the bed. There's a child in the bed. Yeah, it's that's my biggest curiosity. Like I'm curious about that because I've
Yeah, we should
seen
put a poll. I think that would be interesting to see.
yeah. Because I think people talk a big game, but if anonymously you could say, hey, like we haven't had sex in 4 months or we haven't, you know, because I mean people go through spells like that, you know, and it's
Yeah. I'm watching 90 Day. I think the girl said it was 6 months and they're two young, beautiful kids.
oh, they have
You know,
babies. Do they have
no,
babies?
they don't have babies. They're young. They're like in their early 20s.
That's a problem.
She thinks he's
20s too? You're in your 20s and you haven't touched it, and no,
And
that's
they're
something's
fine.
wrong there.
They're both attractive people too.
There's something wrong there.
Living in Austin, Texas, with all that booty.
Oh, no children, young.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. That don't make any sense.
Yeah, and she always
Something's
thinks
wrong.
and he's always like he's insecure, so he'll like try to get validation from Instagram models and stuff.
Oh, that's walk away.
Beautiful
That's
boy
wrong.
too. Unfortunate he doesn't see his beauty.
Mm, that's sad.
Yeah. But I feel like I'm open-minded. To be called vanilla is fine with me. But I don't know until someone
Somebody
approaches.
tries it. Hmm.
Yeah, somebody tries it.
So if somebody wanted you to wear like a mask,
That's fine.
like a mascot mask, like a fluffy type situation.
No,
You
I'm
don't
not
want to
doing
wear like
that. That's psycho. That's furry. And I'm
yeah,
judging. Yeah,
furries. I was calling fuzzies, furries.
yeah, I'm
But what if
judging.
that's what gets him off?
And that he's not for me.
But what if you, okay, so here's another thing, having like a difference in opinion here about relationships and stuff. What if you're with somebody for a year and all of a sudden he's like, hey, I saw something I want to try. Put this on.
Mhm.
You've been with them and now he's like,
No,
I want to try this. No, okay. Or can you spank me with this whip?
that's fine.
You're like, yeah, I'll whoop your ass.
Yeah, that's fine. But I'm not putting a fur. That's some animal stuff. Like, I don't know. That just doesn't sit right with me. And I would think something's wrong with that person.
Mm.
Judgment. Yeah, I'm making judgments. I'm kink.
Pink shaming. You know what? We could have shame though. Shame. I don't understand why everybody's talking like shame is bad. Like we should kink shame on some weird shit. Some shit's just too
Yeah,
weird.
yeah, right? People are
You know?
sick. And,
Yeah.
and and I'm shaming it. Race play, I think, is disgusting.
I've seen
Or
that lately too. Where they're like,
yeah,
let me ask my master something. I don't know what the
yeah.
audio is on it, and then they show their boyfriend or their whoever.
Mhm.
I don't like that.
Not cute. And then they have breeders where they want to make interracial kids, so they go raw dogging people. They call them breeders, like an
Are
animal. Like
people still doing that?
they have slave play. Yes, girl.
But people just out there hooking up with no protection.
Yes. Luckily, a lot of them are having KID instead of HIV, but still they're
Like I'm
doing
talking about like AIDS is still a thing, people.
it. Mhm.
Okay, like they're still
Do you see syphilis is going up?
oh Lord.
Houston, Atlanta, syphilis hot spots,
Atlanta. There's a lot going. There's a lot of hot spots in Atlanta.
right? I don't see how people go to Atlanta. I would not want to date there at all. That sounds like a nightmare,
You putting
especially
your life at risk.
yeah. The men
Mm-mm.
have their pick and the women don't. Then you got the whole DL and all of that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. No thanks. No thank you.
And I'm like, don't be DL, just be bisexual. Be open about it.
Yeah. Be
And
honest
yeah,
with who you're participating. Like that's I don't understand that. But that's a pride thing. That's a lot
yeah,
of like religious
shame,
self,
yeah.
all that stuff.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Ooh, brother.
Ugh.
Ooh, ooh, brother.
Oh, you know what? Okay, this is something weird. So in the books that I've been reading, so I've been raised Catholic or whatever, and like three of the books I've read have been about like priests and like young women, younger priests, whatever, and then end up like pulling him away from the church almost,
Hmm.
and like this forbidden, whatever. And that's a weird thing. We were talking earlier about like how you were raised and things like that, and it's just like that's one thing that kind of I don't know interested me while I was reading it. Like, oh shoot, because that's a forbidden, I guess, an example of a forbidden romance or whatever. So
Yeah.
I thought that was
Why can't
interesting
priests get married and have sex again?
because none of it makes sense. That's why. Because somehow you have to devote your entire everything to the Lord. Like, how can you fully embody and focus on your faith and whatever if you've got a wife and whatever? You're supposed to like the vow of chastity or whatever isn't just like not to be married and have sex, but you can't have that pleasure.
Yeah, you
Like
can't go
that's
beat your meat in your
no, you
court.
can't do that. Yeah. And I'm sure they do.
Yeah, they out here having kids. Remember, they found them babies under the church. Like
Oh,
it's sick.
what? I
Yeah,
have no idea what you're talking about.
it
Oh.
was a Catholic church, and they found remains of babies under the church. I'll send.
Oh. Oh. Mm-mm.
But it's just like this stuff is stupid. I believe sex brings you closer to God. I believe that
Oh.
sex is a spiritual experience. So to be deprived of that is being deprived of a major part of the human experience that brings you closer to God, that helps you understand the God in you.
Mm. I don't I don't know that I would say it brings you closer to God. I have a feeling that I think it is spiritual. I think it brings you connection to
Hmm.
other beings, souls, and your spiritual connection with another person. I know that I feel closer to my husband when everything is syncing up and we are having a healthy sexual relationship, and I know I
Hmm.
feel further apart from him when we are not. Um, but I also think that sex is a huge place where there's control.
Hmm.
And so, like, I mean, you see it with the abortion conversations that we're having now, politically, whatever. Anything to do with sex, there's a shame that's attached to it, so they can control you through that shame. Like, um, don't have premarital sex. That's not, you're supposed to have it within the bounds of a holy marriage, whatever. And so there's a
Hmm.
lot of these rules or these ideas that are placed upon us about sex are about control, because
Yep.
women and men have different rules. We have different expectations when it comes to sex. I'm watching Bridgerton right now with my husband, and just the idea that all the boys know what sex is and how babies come about. The girls
Hmm.
are clueless until their wedding night. They have no idea what's going to happen. And it's like, how are you getting married to a man? There's a marital act. You have no idea what that act is. You don't know what sex is until it's time, and that's control.
And the men still don't really know what they're doing on there. So I'm like,
Yeah, but
you,
they know, at least they have the knowledge that, hey, this piece goes
yeah,
here and this is what happens. The women have no idea. They're afraid. They have no idea.
yeah.
So, but I think it's about control, especially if you look into religious parts of it. Like, they don't want you doing anything until you have gone through and pledged your marriage to God or whatever. And
I heard, and I don't know if it's true, I haven't fact checked, but I heard part of it is because of property law
hmm,
and not wanting people to be able to pass down wealth. So not wanting the priests who have all that power to be able to pass down wealth.
maybe.
Yeah. I don't know and I don't care. I don't think maybe because I didn't have it. The only tradition I really care about is food. But other than that, I don't really believe in traditions. It's like, why do you do this? Because other people did it before.
Mm,
Okay. That's all. But it's like
yeah.
so we don't die out. It's not dying out, it's just evolving.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
What about sex cults?
Hmm?
We talking about sex cults. Isn't did
Oh.
you say something happened with the Bikram guy? He ended up.
Oh, well, that's not a sex cult. That was just like abuse and like
Mhm.
like sexual harassment and stuff. And like, hey, if you want to get further ahead in this class or you want to be whatever, then come stay with me tonight. That kind of Harvey Weinstein kind of bullshit, but just with
uh,
yoga. Yeah.
and I think things like that with what is it, the Scientology,
Mm.
like like not sex, but like keeping people away from their families and like trying to pair them up with people
Yeah.
like
It's sex
control.
is control. I think that you can definitely control somebody. Like, it's such a basic animalistic, carnal, you said, need that
Hmm.
if withholding sex or giving sex and pleasure, you can control people. You can get into somebody's mind and control them. If you bring them such pleasure and it's conditioned upon a certain act, people will do that thing to receive that pleasure, you know?
Hmm.
And if you withhold it for bad behavior, etc., that trains people. And I mean, they talk about that all the time about, like, oh, you can't withhold sex from your husband or whatever when he doesn't do whatever.
Hmm.
But there is something about that. There's like a reward system, or being deprived of the thing that you like. So there's a lot of control around sex, I feel like.
Hmm. And that's bodily autonomy, what you want to do
Yeah.
with your body. And there's a lot of manipulation that comes with sex.
Mm-hmm.
With withholding is with a form of manipulation. I mean, everything is
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of times women or men, I don't know if how it works with men. As a woman, I'm going to speak. The man will love bomb in the beginning of a
Mm.
relationship, tell you things, try to, get to that cooter. And then, once it's achieved, then not be interested. I
Mm-hmm.
see that a lot. Or people who, I know somebody who stayed in a marriage for sex. That's how good it was.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, with that thing? Mm.
Ooh, there's a reason why I think they want you to be a virgin when you get married or things like that is there is a connection. Sex forms bonds, whether people want to
Yes,
admit it or not.
I agree.
You are emotionally invested or there is a soul connection or something that happens when you are connected physically like that. And I think that it can make relationships seem more serious than they actually are. And I
Mhm.
think that's why it's advised not to have sex early in a relationship or whatever. So I think that you have to have your mind right before entering into a sexual relationship with someone because that really muddies things up and it really confuses things and makes you feel things that maybe aren't even there.
Yes.
Um,
You got to have that self-love, that self-esteem too, so you can feel comfortable in your own body and
yeah,
having sex and not and see the signals if somebody is manipulating you into sex or
yeah.
controlling you with sex.
I think that's part of why I don't believe in I believe in everybody's right to be able to do whatever they want, right? Like, so if you want to be the slut shaming thing, like, I'm not on board with that. But like, if you want to go have sex and be free with your sexuality, that's fine. But in my experience, don't feel like that's something that's possible to just be that
Mhm.
free with your sex. Like, I don't understand. Maybe I'm old. I don't understand how you are able to sleep around and not have either damaged self-worth that you're
Mhm.
not making these connections with people
Mhm.
or you are able to have these soul connections with people and ignore them. I don't understand how that works.
I don't understand either. If
Yeah.
anybody understands it and wants to talk about it, DM us. We'd be
Yeah.
happy to have you on for a conversation.
Because I feel like it's
Because it's not a
damaging.
judgment. Like it's
No,
honestly judgment
do
when I
you?
judge,
Yeah.
but it's like, do you? I just don't understand. I can't
I don't
comprehend.
get it. Yeah. And in my experience, there's no way I could possibly be in that position and make sense of it.
Ain't no
So
way,
that's
boy.
why. Yeah.
I tried and I was so depleted out of my soul. I felt miserable.
Everybody I've tried to be casual with has ended up being like a 3, 4 year relationship. So I don't know.
Because you got that good, good, good.
Anyways,
All right, Buki. Well, we talked about sex. It's supposed to be a daily drip, ended up being a whole podcast.
damn. All right.
Damn.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Peace.
Boy.